Hello and welcome to ALCA's Aging Life Care Moment. As part of our efforts around diversity and inclusion and getting to know our members better, we are talking with our members on how they got started in their aging life care practice, and then also some diversity issues within ALCA and the industry. Today, we are talking with Janet Smith, owner of Metropolitan Elder Care Service Consultants. Janet, welcome, and tell us, how did you get started? How long have you been practicing aging life care management?
Hello, Courtney. Thank you for having me. Good seeing you. So how did I get started? Courtney, I think I've always been a care manager. I started, I've been taking care of my family for as long as I can remember. As a child, I was a caregiver. My father was elderly, much older than my mother, and he got sick earlier, and I assisted her. And I liked exploring answers to problems and all that. And it turned out that when my mother got sick and needed care management, I was her social worker, I was her nurse, I was everything, and put everything I knew into practice. So I started to do care management informally. Like a lot of people who end up in this field, I started to do care management informally. And then, of course, I went to social work school and where I honed my skills and education and got the skill set of care management. That's where we learn real care management, how to help a person function to their highest level within their environment, providing advocacy, providing services, and all that, all of which care managers do. So it's not an incident. It's not by accident why I ended up being a care manager. There's always been something that I was exposed to, and then I grew into it, and then I decided to become a professional providing that service.
You started off with a degree in social work and then practicing care management through that direction. When did you join the Aging Life Care Association, and how did you find it? What were your reasons for joining this association?
So I've been a social worker for 31 plus years. That's been a while. And I have done the continuum of care in terms of my practice. I've done emergency room work, hospital work, skilled nursing, rehab, home care, community, housing, the whole thing. So about 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I decided after I was leaving a job that I really wanted to work for myself and do my own best practices. You don't always get to do that when you work for somebody else or an agency. I want to work with my heart, my passion, and with my knowledge. And so I thought of going into private practice for myself. Now, private practice can be quite lonely. You have to avail yourself to organization where there are like-minded people so you can get the support and the education you need. So once I decided that I wanted to do this on my own, I joined ALCA, Aging Life Care Association. At the time, it was known as Geriatric Care Management. Um, and I've known social workers who were part of ALCA, who I've worked with over the years and referred clients to and all that. And when I was ready, I called on those same people, and they really embraced me and encouraged me and gave me information. And once I went on ALCA's website and I saw how it would benefit me, I within a year I joined ALCA and then joined the New York City chapter, which is where I live. So that's how that started. And being a part of ALCA it's a it's a really rewarding experience. The educational programs, the annual retreats that we go on every year, and the support that we get from each other. We have a listserv where we can explore problems with each other, and it's really been rewarding. And I also wanted to be in an organization that had standards, because when you put out a shingle, when you say that you're in private practice, it helps your client to know that you are part of a reputable organization. You know, just like any other business having an organization behind them. Aging Life Care has been, you know, a really wonderful organization to be part of, to help us, to help publicize who we are and what we do individually. And so, you know, answer to your short question, why did I become part of ALCA? It's for those reasons.
Thank you. And, you know, I think that there, as you mentioned, you know, the support and the community is such a big part of ALCA. One of the things we've been working on as an association is, you know, increasing our diversity of membership. What do you think ALCA can do to increase its diversity in membership?
So I am on the diversity committee in New York, and we are exploring those questions and possibilities. And I must say kudos to ALCA for jumping in and realizing that we got to do this. We have to really be more intentional about diversifying our membership. And we hit the ground running this year. We have really been doing a great job of that. But what I'm thinking is that in every city, in every state, we are just, our population is so diverse already. We have Indians and Asians and Chinese and West Indians and whatever. And all of us use the healthcare system. All of us unfortunately get sick at some time, and we age out, and we need long-term care planning and all that. And the workers, you know, in these communities are also people sometimes from the same culture. Now they're out there and they're not part of ALCA. Why is that? So we have to go in and make ourselves visible, and we have to ask them to tell us about their perspective on care. What does long-term care mean to them? What does care management mean to them? What does that look like? How is it like ours? You know, let's share. Come join us so we can get the conversation going and become allies in care management. So that's one thing. And also, when I started to do this work, I started as a part-time care manager to make money on the side, like a lot of people, and I was there by myself. And I know that right now there are a lot of people who are care managers who have never heard of ALCA, and that's the thing. So we have to educate, cast a wide net and see who these people are. We have to advertise. We have to advertise in trade magazines, Psychology Today, MSW, the Physical Therapy Association, whatever, to talk about ALCA, who we are, and why it's important to get to know us. And last but not least, long term, we have to go into the schools, universities, and partner with them. Have, you know, when I was in the last facility I worked in, I did an annual on my own because I was the public relations person for that healthcare setting. And I did an annual social work month celebration where once a year I brought together 100 social workers and did awards. This was my idea because so many times social workers / care managers get lost in the sauce in terms of the good work that we do. And doing that once a year not only recognize social workers, but my facility had 100 social workers come in once a year for tours to see what we do, which increased our referrals, increased our connection, and was an ongoing thing for 9 years that I did. So I want to replicate that also with ALCA in the city, in New York City, something to that extent. So that's one way we can do that. And at some of those social work month celebration, I had directors of social work departments come and talk with us. So it's possible to continue to do that with ALCA, to make those connections and to develop those develop those networks, and that people graduating from healthcare programs know that ALCA is a viable organization to be part of when they leave school as well. So those are some of the things I'm thinking about, and I think that would be wonderful for us to venture into.
Well, thank you so much, Janet, for sharing your insights with us. I always get so much out of hearing members speak on the association and what we can do to reach others. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Courtney, and have a great holiday. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.